Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Spotlight. We're here now to shine a spotlight on Blossom and aggymon. We have a wonderful race here for you. I'm sure a lot of you already know Hollow Knight, but for those who don't, play Hollow Knight. Amazing game. I already pushed the donation a whole lot last round, so y'all know what's up. I'm just gonna hand it right off to A Press and ISOG here, who will take good care of you. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm A Press, with ISOG here, we're going to be doing commentary for this race.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess before we get going, we can give a quick overview of what's going to be happening. So this is a category for Hollow Knight called All Grubs, All Glitches. The goal is going to be to save all 46 grubs that are scattered throughout the kingdom.
Yeah, and we can use whatever glitches we want. We're actually going to be seeing some slightly different glitches because Aggie and Blom are doing slightly different routes.
Yeah, Blossom's going to be doing a little bit of an older route, and Aggie's is a little bit more updated. So we'll be seeing a relatively new glitch showcased on Aggie's side that we call Mato Clip. And we'll talk about that once we get there, which is going to be very soon.
Yeah, so Aggie starting off doing a slightly different MMS here, or starting with MMS here, making a God Home file into a classic file. Blom starting a God Home save. So Blom here is just going to hit the hard save and then quit out. Whereas Aggie is going to do an early control over here to go to cliffs. So both of these runners are trying to get a bench, basically, and then we can use that bench to get no clip. And
just quick summary for what MMS is. That's what we call main menu storage. It's essentially a way to open multiple copies of the menu at the same time, and you can use it to take the contents from one save file and load them into a brand new save file. So it's in slightly different ways, but both runners are using it to take a God Home save file, a God Seeker save file, into a regular one, which means that the game just gives you pretty much everything to start with.
Yeah. And you'll see our runners are also putting on charms while they're seed action because of bench storage. It just lets you put on charms wherever you want, and a couple other things. Inventory wherever you want, which is going to be used in a couple of seconds throughout the run. So we're seeing Aggie here get the first grub in the dark. And that one, and then quitting out again. So the problem with that grub is that if you have no clip and you go through an upwards transition, you never get control back. Oh, it looks like Aggie missed getting the clip. That's unfortunate. So Aggie's just going to flip this way to try and get it again. But yeah, so you when you get that grub, you can't go back through the transition if you have no clip, and so Aggie's just going back through again. It's a very annoying grub. Blom's going to come back to that one later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure you've noticed, both of them have no clip, which means they can just fly around through all walls, through all floors. They don't hit any of the collision, and also like they don't go up and down except for when they jump or when they use like the downward dash with Dash Master to go down. Very powerful, but has some important restrictions. The most important one to know is just you can't go through an upwards transition, and a lot of the routing is kind of based around that.
And we see Blom here getting some essence. We're going to use several Dream Gates in this run, somewhat for just, you know, fast movement, normal Dream Gate usage, but also for glitches later as well.
I love glitches later on.
Yippee.
But yeah, I think the other thing to know about no-clip movement is that it can be really easy to soft lock. And hopefully we're not going to see that. But essentially, since you just go through all the walls and floors, there's nothing to stop you from just going very far out of bounds.
Speaking of soft locking, Aggie just soft locked, so
Oh no.
Aggie got a thing which is called floaty wings, where you see this in NMG, you get a full height wings jump. When you do that with no clip, you just never stop going up. And so, because you never stop going up, you are now soft locked. Very unfortunate.
I don't know exact numbers of the time difference between the two routes. I do know that Aggie's route is a decent bit faster, I believe.
Yeah, it's a decent bit faster. It's not a huge amount, but it's significant. Seeing Blom come up to Crypts here. So Crypts is very dangerous. Blom's going to set a Dream Gate. This is a marathon safety strat. Just because you can't see anything that's going on in Crypts.
Yeah.
And so it's very easy when you have no clip. If you're not in the grounded state, then you're floating. And so if you use your dash and your double jump when you're in the floating state, you no longer have a way of moving upwards or downwards. So it's unless you can get in the grounded state again, it's very easy to get soft locked. So it's nice that Blom is through Crypts. Crypts very scary.
Yeah. But yeah, Blom making their way into City now to save a few grubs, and then going to be heading to Kingdom's Edge. Fun fact with those guarded husks like that, you're still affected by like the hitbox of their shields even with no clip, and it's actually kind of very scary sometimes because it can just send you down through the floor. Kind of incredibly rude. But yeah, here we're going to see, coming up pretty soon, Blossom starting to set up for one of those glitches we mentioned earlier that has to do with Dream Gate. So they're leaving their Dream Gate here to come back later. When you actually do warp back to your Dream Gate, you lose no clip. And that's not good. We want no clip to go floating, flying around the map quickly. So Blossom will need a way to get no clip back again. And we'll be able to see them do that with Dream Gate.
Yeah, and here we see like one of the really big reasons that you would like to have no clip is you can just walk through Collector's Store. Like, we do not need the key.
Yeah, and you don't even need to fight the boss. You can just go to the Grubs.
Yippee, Grubs.
Yeah, so what Blossom's doing here... Or you go for it, I was talking.
Okay, this is Dream Gate no clip. So we put a Dream Gate under the water, and then when we Dream Gate back to it, the water cancels the Dream Gate early, and so we're left in the no-clip state that Dream Gate gives you. So when you do a Dream Gate, the game takes away your collision and gives you invulnerability so that you can't get hit out of the Dream Gate. And so then when you're loading in, you still have Dream Gate and invulnerability. You still have no-clip, and invulnerability for a short period of time. Because we do it in the water, that cancels the Dream Gate before it takes those away, and so you get to keep those.
Yeah, so now
So you'll see,
even more than just going through walls, like it cannot be hit by any enemies, any spikes, just cannot be touched.
yeah, and so a side effect of that is that now we have to quit out because we want to use that Dream Gate again, but if we use it again, we'll get a white screen because we cancelled the Dream Gate improperly, and so when you try to leave a dream again or use a Dream Gate again, it gives you a white screen. So quitting out gets rid of that, but yeah, get no clip again. And a lot of this routing here is to avoid upwards transitions. So another Dream Gate here is because we're about to go through this down transition, and we can't come back up through that. So we're using the Dream Gate to come back to get out of this hole we're in.
Yeah, and then even more so than just needing to get back from there, the very next grub that we're going to be going towards is one of the few that is just completely locked by an upwards transition, so you have to go for it with Yes Clip.
Yeah. Yes Clip is what we just call normal collision, just because you spend so much time in no-clip in glitch runs that it's nice to have a way to refer to, oh, you're not in no-clip here, actually.
Mm-hmm. Also, we mentioned that Aggie's been using a glitch we call Motto Clip, but didn't really talk about what's going on. So essentially, just in the same way that Dreamgate gives you no clip for a little bit and then takes it away from you, sitting on a bench also puts you in a no clip state. And so it's while loading back into your save file, for just a little bit, the game lets you use the soul that you had when you quit the game. So you can cast a spell in order to get control earlier than the game thinks that you should, or that expects you to. And so you can use that to dash off of the bench and go through a transition before the game has time to take away your no clip. And so you just get to keep it.
Yeah, Aggie having a rough time there. Didn't actually get through the transition fast enough. This trick is a little load dependent, which is unfortunate. But like, if you have... so you can see, with this instance, we didn't even see the room appear before Aggie was out the transition.
Yeah, it can unfortunately be very hardware dependent. So easier or harder for just certain people's computer, but then also just, you know, depending on how your computer's feeling that day. Okay, nice. On Blossom's side, we see them setting a Dreamgate there. The game actually won't let you set a Dreamgate unless it considers you to be on the ground. Sometimes Hollow Knight is really generous about what it means to be on the ground. Sometimes it isn't, and with Dreamgates it usually isn't. So it's pretty precise to stop yourself with a Great Slash or some other way to be at the right height that you need there.
And yeah, Blossom's doing widescreen movement here, so
heck yeah.
Because I said before, we get a widescreen if you use a Dreamgate again. So when you Dreamgate and you get a widescreen, you keep no clip. And so Blossom just saved the grub that's in the Morlek arena area, all in widescreen. So completely can't see what they're doing whatsoever. And here we see Blom going back to get that last grub in just normal movement because it's easier to do it that way. You did notice
I think
that
part of it is also to get the dirt mouth bench.
The dirt mouth bench, yeah. So because Blom's hard save was at the KP door, to get no clip when Blom's about to do MMS here, to get no clip, they need to be at a bench. Not at a normal hard save without a bench.
So another
this
quick...
is yes clip though.
But really quick, another thing you might have noticed on Aggie's screen, they were at like 3 health. They got hit a few times. They went through the elevator and suddenly they were at full health. That's actually because of bench storage. Since the game thinks you're on a bench, you can just open your inventory, and you need to like change your charms, kind of like reminds the game that, oh, you're on a bench, you're supposed to have full health, and it just heals you. So nice thing with bench storage, you can just heal whenever.
So Blom just did a hazard warp. So when you open your inventory before coming through the transition, or like just as you come through the transition, you fall back down into it, and it uses the hazard respawn when you hit the hazard respawn. There's a hazard respawn plane at the bottom of the room. When you hit that, it uses the hazard respawn coordinates from the previous room. And so Blum just spawned all the way up at Stag Nest instead of at the entrance there.
And we'll see. So Blossom's spending a little bit of time here with Yes Clip, but pretty quickly going to be switching back to No Clip. Because like we said, No Clip is fast. You want to be in it whenever you can.
Yeah, like look at all this collision we're having to avoid in this room. It's so
Yeah,
much
you
easier
can't
if we
just
go
take a straight
down.
line.
And so we're gonna do the same trick again, where we put the Dream Gate under the acid, and it cancels out for us again. Get no clip. I should probably explain how that works. So, one of the side effects of bench storage is that we can open our inventory anywhere, and if you do that in a transition, the next time the game tries to take control away from you, it sort of doesn't. Transition storage has a bunch of other side effects that's weird, but that's one of them. And so when you go into the water with that, you just sink beneath the water. And so then you can just go down to the bottom and put a Dream Gate on the floor there.
Another thing you might have noticed, it's come up a few times in the run, but do want to just call it out. Even though no clip, you go through all the walls and stuff, you still are affected by water and acid, which in some ways is pretty helpful, because you can just like dive or down dash into them and you know that they're gonna catch you.
Like that.
Like that. Yeah, thank you, NoClip, for just giving us the easiest entry into Queen's Gardens.
Yeah, just being able to ignore all of the circuitous routes through Queen's Gardens is very nice. Ooh, that was nearly sketchy of one.
Yeah.
That was the kind of height where you're almost not high enough from the transition, and if there's nowhere that you can get an airwalk to get your jump back, then you're going to be struggling and maybe soft locked. But luckily did not.
Yeah, and just being able to do these kind of glitch runs, especially in a marathon, it just takes so much game knowledge and practice to know where all of the transitions are that you're trying to go to know like backups in places for if you need to go find airwalk. Also to do crazy strategies like Blom's doing right now, where they
would not do marathon.
yeah, but Blossom's done it so many times in marathons. What Blossom did there is we call a transition storage down dash. So with transition storage, one of the many things that it does is it just like lets you move a lot faster with specifically a sharp shadow down dash. The downside is you have no way to save yourself if you miss the transition. And you usually go so fast that the camera does not keep up.
So if you can't see where you are, so you have to like mostly, it's not guessing, it's educated guessing where the transition is and hitting it. And so yeah, very scary. And yeah, if you miss it, you just you don't have any way to save yourself. Because yeah, that's another thing that transition storage does, is it takes away a lot of your normal tools. So like you can't use nail anymore, you can't use spells anymore. Oh, you can use spells. I think specifically, yeah, you can't use C dash.
You can't use your nail.
Dream nail, yeah, nail. It's very, I think wings as well doesn't work.
Yeah, no wings.
Oh yeah. Very dangerous.
Also nice flip for Aggie getting that Dream Gate there outside the basin tram.
So here Blom's gonna get invuln.
Yes.
So we get transition storage, which means we get control during this text, and then we use the text to cancel the Dream Gate. And that gives us Dream, so we get the invuln state from the Dream Gate, but not the no-clip state.
Yes, because getting the no-clip through main menu storage just gives you no-clip, it doesn't also give you invuln.
And so we want invuln for this next section because there's so many places where it's just going to be faster if we can go through hazards and through enemies. I'll try to call them out when we see it. I mean, here's one. You can just see dash through the golems in this room.
The Yeah, honestly, I don't even like when I'm doing an AGAG run like this, like I'm not even thinking about the places where invuln useful because I'm just ignoring all the enemies.
Yeah, you're so used to just doing the movement. So here's the difference on Aggie's route actually is that because we have Marto clip, we can get no clip earlier in this green path segment. So you saw Blom got no clip in the water after all of this, but Aggie already has no clip, so it makes these few rooms a little bit faster. Ooh,
oh no.
That's rough.
It looks like
that was a floaty wings again.
Yeah.
It's so rough. If that was a normal height wings, it would have been fine. Or if she had hit the transition, that also would have saved her. And you could see she was trying to pogo something. If you pogo something there, she gets her dash back and can dash downwards to cancel it. But
yeah, and floaty wings they're like sometimes you can kind of expect that you're gonna get them because it's something about the beginning of your last wings gets like canceled. Means your next one is gonna be a floaty wings. So sometimes you can like try to be ready for it, but it's so hard to anticipate. Like there's just kind of nothing you can do most of the time.
Yeah, now we're there. Blom coming through Deep Nest here, showing that they are definitely doing an old route. So it's actually faster to do these grubs in the opposite order, where you come and you do Nosk grubs last, and you do the grub above Nosk in this room first, because you come through the room and like above this room. But Blom, just hasn't practiced new route at all, I think. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's one of those things with like Mato clip and it's like hardware dependent. I think Blossom is not really like moved over to it.
Yeah. Well, and as you can see, Aggie is missing Mato clip a lot here, which is not great.
Mm-hmm. But it definitely happens. It can be just really finicky.
Yeah.
I think it's one thing that I've heard some other glitch runners say about why they really like Mato clip routes is how many times you get just the real life time save by not having to watch the intro cutscenes.
Yeah, Blom. This is like the 4th time Blom's watched the intro cutscenes. Whereas Aggie only had to do it once, so. Oh, that's another floaty wing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Saved though. Got an airwalk. Okay.
Oh,
why?
Okay.
Oh,
Can we stop having floaty wings jumps, please?
So, the reason it's floaty wings is because... Yeah, so it's still floaty wings. If Aggie just did a jump before down dashing, that would prevent it because it would do a normal height jump. I might have to mention that to her at some point.
We did give an explanation of Monster Clip, but I can give another one really quick. Essentially, when you load back into the game, there's a brief window where you can use the soul that you had in your last quit out to cast a spell. So right as Aggie's loading in, they're casting... I think it's Streak, usually people do?
It's Streak. So it's Streak here. I would use Dive if I could. You can't use Dive for Monoclip because if you dive into a transition, which is basically the dive plus the whole length of the transition, you just keep going left forever.
You just keep walking,
and the problem with and Shade Soul is like very weird. Like it doesn't, because it's such a quick spell, it's very hard to time when to press it. Whereas Streak will you almost always get the Streak off.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
it lasts
essentially
so long and you get control afterwards, right?
Yeah. So the spell will give you control back, and then while you have that early control, you just leave the room, and you're able to keep the no-clip state from sitting on the bench.
Yeah, so when you load into a bench, you have no clip for a little while, and so you just unload the bench basically before the game takes it away from you. This is probably one of the longest grubs in the game on Blossom's screen here.
Yeah.
Going all the way into Sanctum just for this grub.
It feels like so counterintuitive to me that you can get all the way to this grub without going through upwards transitions. Like it feels like it shouldn't work, but it just does.
We're gonna see later the grub in Spire. We will have to go through an upwards transition, of course, so we'll do some clever shenanigans to get around that. Aggie's trying to get an airwalk. Okay, got it. That's good.
I'll see Blossom here with this Watcher Spire gate. We're going to come back here with Yes Clip, so you need to put the Dream Gate on the other side of the gate so that you can get around it.
Yeah, so we can go through it this way, but we wouldn't be able to go through it after we Dream Gate. Blom's actually coming towards the end of the run because this is the second last grub in Waterways here.
Yep.
Oh, that's an unfortunate hit.
Yeah. They have
just gonna have to slowly float over here until... Yeah, there we go.
How are they on the floor there?
I have no idea. That's an interesting setup. I've never seen that setup before. I like it though. I'm guessing you're pogoing the grub at the right time and you're just like in a ceiling that has floor.
Yeah, I love when there's so much floor in the ceiling and walls.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the upwards transition. Because we use the Dream Gate, we lose no clip. So we can just run straight back to this transition. We still need to kill this Huskard though. And that's GG for Blom. A 1926, I'm pretty sure it's better than my PB.
Yeah, that's really solid. Blom's a gamer.
That's very good. Blom is a gamer. And I believe Aggie's time is in RTA. That was time I think.
So we'll have to ask her to switch it at the end of the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see since Aggie's using a different route. They do get some of these grubs in a different order. Although so far it's been mostly the same.
Yeah, so Aggie not going for the transition storage down dash in this room because
completely reasonable thing to do. Perhaps even more reasonable than choosing to go for it.
Yeah, it saves like a few seconds, and if you miss it, it loses minutes. So like,
but I feel like this is like the third marathon that I've seen Blossom go for it at, and I don't think they've soft locked there yet. So simply winning.
Simply winning. So one interesting thing that you might have seen happen to Aggie there is she was getting sloped. So like you have no clip. You would think you should be mostly unaffected by like all collision, but sometimes slopes will cap your jump height. That seemed a little slow. Yeah. Sometimes slopes will cap your jump height. So because of that, yeah, it's weird. I don't get how it works.
Yeah, slopes can do other mean things too. Like I know in some categories when you're going through crossroads to like Blue Lake with no clip, it's very common to do like a transition store to do like a dash storage through the Grubs Mother room. And sometimes when you do it, you just get sloped, and the slope will just push you upwards, just like up diagonally. And there's just nothing you can do about it. The game is just, the slope's just decided, I want you to soft lock.
Yeah, and so then other slopes, sometimes you're like trying to get an airwalk in like King's Pass or something, is a classic example.
Mhm.
And if you walk over a slope, the slope pushes you upwards, and you just keep that upwards momentum. And so until you like stop that somehow by like doing a dash or a Z dash, you just keep that upwards momentum. Very scary.
Yeah, I always just like panic so much with that. Like you have so much in King's Pass at least you have so much time to stop it and so many options, but it just
Yeah,
like
there's so much floor in the ceiling in King's Pass
yeah.
for you to
But
get.
it's just like please can I stop moving? I don't want to go up.
Aggie almost forgot a grub. Remembered it though. Good job.
I think they went for it and just didn't realize they missed it in the dark there.
Oh yeah, and then looked at splits probably and
Looked
was
at
like,
splits,
wait,
yeah.
the grub didn't split.
Very handy to have your auto splits to look at that. Especially during like white screen movement and stuff.
Oh,
Like, oh,
that's. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, I thought
okay.
Aggie soft locked. So one side effect of bench storage is that you, if you do, no, this is
Oh.
fine, Aggie. Oh, I think that was
Hmm.
fine. Okay, but one side effect of bench storage is that if you open your inventory in a place where you're not gonna get control back somehow, um, then you just don't get control back when you close inventory again. So like a thing with benches is like when you're on like it's because you're on a bench. The game thinks you're on a bench. When you're on a bench and you open your inventory and close your inventory again, you don't get control back until you get off the bench. But when you do it with bench storage, you have no way of getting off a bench, so the game just never gives you control back. Is Aggie okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure. What happened there? She's gonna
It
internet
Pet the
disconnected.
Aggie. A lot of unfortunate things were happening in Aggie's run. Not getting
Hmm.
Motto Clip a lot of times, and some
Yeah.
floaty wing stuff, and yeah.
Yeah. Glitch runs really can just there's so many ways to soft
Especially in a
lock.
marathon.
Hmm.
Terrifying.
And like in the grand
Absolutely.
scheme of like glitch runs, like AGAG tends to be a longer one.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of opportunities for things to go wrong.
Like, the fact that I don't think Blom had a soft lock, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, very impressive, honestly. For, like, a no reset run to not soft lock.
Hmm.
Yeah. Aggie just got the bad soft locks today.
Yeah.
Just how it happens sometimes. Alrighty. GG's to both our runners, though. Very good showcase, honestly.
Yeah. Really fun to get to see both the old route and the new route, like side by side like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
and the duality of glitches is like, oh, it's really
Hmm.
fast, but oh, you can soft lock so much, and it's very scary.
Yeah.
it is always such a pleasure to watch this run. Every moment is just so intense. It's like can only imagine like the mental stress it puts on the runner running this category.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yep, this was great. Thank you so much, Aggie Blom, and thank you, AP ISOG, for joining us today and showcasing this lovely run. We are going to move on here. Coming up next, we have Aggymon coming back, and they are going to be doing Gris, all achievement speedrun. That sounds so exciting. So we're gonna take a break here, and we'll be back very soon.